Harbor Freight does things differently, not in the way that they sell decent tools for decent prices, or as they say, cutting out the middleman, but in ways you probably don't know or may not even expect. In this video, I'm going to go over 3 reasons why Harbor Freight is a business worth shopping from. Hey everybody, I'm Derek. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure that if you're not a subscriber, you go down, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up button while you're down there, and let me know in the comments below if you've got anything to add to this list of any personal experience with Harbor Freight that you might have. So this first thing is my experience as a YouTuber, a content creator, working with Harbor Freight. So Harbor Freight, full disclosure, has sent me a number of things over the years to put here on the YouTube channel. That relationship started, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. One of the things that they said to me at the end of that conversation was, number one, that they didn't want me to say anything about any of their tools to get free tools. They want honest feedback. They told me that right off the bat. Tell us exactly what you think. We use that information to improve our tools and make it better. And the second thing is, and I don't know if this is still the case, I think it is based on this next point I'll make, but I imagine it still is, but they told me that they would never pay anybody to make any content on anything. They will not pay for positive reviews. They will not pay you to say anything. Again, they just want honest reviews. That cannot be said for, several companies. I probably shouldn't call them out. Don't want to get myself in hot water here, but lots of the Amazon Chinese companies, the TikTok shop type companies, if you've been on TikTok, you know exactly which company in the tool world I'm talking about. That one. Those guys are all really strict about what they have wanted me to say. In general, there are some exceptions. Some of the welding companies I've worked with have just been like, yeah, here's the product. Tell us what you think. And they haven't been too strict about it. But some of the companies, they just about demand a positive review out of you. And I'm not going to say that every review I have ever made has been perfectly unbiased, but that has rubbed me the wrong way, and I've generally stopped working with those companies. That's why Harbor Freight is one of the only tool companies that I still pretty regularly take tools from. I think the bottom line here is, the main point is that Harbor Freight, when you get a review from a YouTuber who, whether they're getting the tool for free or not from Harbor Freight, maybe there's a little bias in there if they are getting it for free, but whether they are or aren't, it's going to be a generally fully honest and transparent review, and Harbor Freight encourages that. Part 2 of this is that they sent an email out sometime last year. I tried to find it to make this video, and I couldn't find it, but the basics of the video was, hey, we do have to send this out because of our lawyers. However, this is something we really truly feel. If you are creating content on tools that we send you, which you're not even required to do, if you choose to make a review on a tool that we send you, that is your choice. You are not required to say anything because it will not get you more tools, is essentially what they said. They just reiterated again in that mass email they sent out to all their content creators that you are expected to give a full honest review. I think Harbor Freight's staying pretty consistent with this. They just want honest reviews from content creators, and I think that's exactly what you're getting. So this next story comes from a Facebook page I'm a part of called Harbor Freight Junkies, and the way that I came across it was somebody had shared this story that was posted on a school district's website, and Harbor Freight was involved. So let me just summarize the story. Basically, this teacher had students write ridiculous requests to companies or organizations or whatever around the country, and this one kid in particular, he wrote a letter to Harbor Freight requesting a Predator 212 racing mower. Not mower, but racing engine. And the reason why he wanted this engine is he was taking a lawnmower and he was turning it into a mud mower or something like that. And he wanted this engine so that he could do what he wanted with this lawnmower. This would be a really simple thing for Harbor Freight to just dismiss and ignore, and they easily could have. The fact that they took the time to read this kid's letter, look it over, and then not only that, but respond and send him the Predator engine with no strings attached, no expectation or knowledge of publicity coming from this, this. I mean, maybe making a customer for life out of the kid, I don't know. But to me, this is just a nice gesture from a company that didn't have to do it. They would have probably sold no more or no fewer tools. They just decided to send it out. Now, I know that Harbor Freight, brings in probably somewhere in the billions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And this was a drop in the bucket of their profits. If it was a $200 retail engine, they bought it for $100 or what. I don't know what their profit margins are, but something like that, right? It didn't cost them much. It didn't take much out of their bottom line or anything like that. I'm fully recognizing that. However, I think that to the kid, it meant a lot. And, other big box stores, as far as I know, I'm not as interested in what Home Depot's doing and what Lowe's and Walmart and all them are doing. I'm not as interested. But if they did something like this, good chance it wouldn't have come across my page. But Harbor Freight is doing it. And I think it's worth mentioning. And I think that this is a story worth sharing. So just another neat thing that I just think makes Harbor Freight a little bit different. So now this third thing on the list, this is actually probably more well known. I know that other YouTubers have mentioned a thing or two about it here and there in other videos I've watched. But Harbor Freight does something called Tools for Schools. And essentially it is a grant that they give out to high schools specifically who have vocational and trade related classes that they offer to their students. In this world where, they say we're really short on tradesmen, those jobs are increasing in demand every single day. The fact that Harbor Freight's out there helping promote that, helping push that, with schools who are, depending on who you talk to, underfunded as it is, don't have enough money to support these programs as it is. Harbor Freight is out there, and I know that they have tax incentives and that there's basically free advertising to all these high school kids or whatever. Whatever, benefits there are to doing this, they don't really necessarily have to do it. Giving away, whatever it is, $1 million a year in free tools, I don't know if it's quite that much. They're not going to save that much money in taxes, at least. I mean, maybe they do. I'm not an accountant, and I'm very, very weak on the idea of corporate tax. I don't know how they work. Basically, I don't know that it would save them as much money as they give away. I think it's just a really positive thing that they do. Harbor Freight in general, in my opinion, is a great company to purchase from. I still shop there, even though I get, things for free. I still go in there, not as much as I used to, at least on a monthly basis, probably almost. I'm in there looking at what they got, checking out new stuff, because I like what their products are. I like what they're putting out there for sale. I like working with them on YouTube. I think they're a great company to work with. Whether these things are so much better than other companies, I don't really know. I don't really have, kind of a fanboy feeling towards, Home Depot or Lowe's, or, we don't have Menards in our area, or Northern Tool, although I do really like Northern Tool also. I think Harbor Freight's awesome, and so I pay attention to what they do. And with all that being said, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure if you didn't hit that subscribe button, you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. And as always, hit the thumbs up button. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video.